We stand on the shoulders of giants. Humanity is a marvel because of the passing of knowledge from generation to generation. What if we could do better? What if we could let the learner see through the eyes of an expert? Transfer thought allows subject matter experts to package their knowledge as experience in the form of AR/VR technology. Put yourself in the shoes of a tower climber. You're about to climb a 200-foot 5G tower. Do you want to prepare by sitting through a PowerPoint or by going through a simulation, just like airplane pilots have for the past half century? Well, now you can. And it comes at a critical time as we face an $8.5 trillion labor shortage. So I invite everyone to join us in addressing the skills gap with this new category of training. Let's provide sturdy shoulders for the next generation.
Oh boy, does this look familiar? We've all been there. Another death by PowerPoint. Imagine employees loving training. This trainer ought to have bought Transfer Thought. Transfer Thought allows anyone to build engaging VR training with a simple drag and drop interface. No coding skills required. First, upload photos of your work site to build a virtual environment or choose one from our library. Second, set learning objectives and add interactions. We're going to add interactable props, in this case a fire and fire extinguisher, and then add a series of steps to assess their ability to follow the proper procedure. Third, with one click, your new training simulation is deployed and available to all your trainees. Don't let your employees down with lackluster training. Engage them with Transfer Thought because your employees deserve better. Transfer Thought, highly engaging training at scale. Transfer Thought. Get started now.
The actors in that video are amazing. So, Frank, I gotta tell you, you hit us hard with the drama at the beginning. The shoulders of giants and, dude, just tell me what you do.
I get it. So we created a no-code platform where anyone can build VR training. If you can use PowerPoint, you can build VR training with Transfer Thought.
All right, simple. I get it. Real. You have this out there. Is it in development? You have people using it?
Yeah, it's in the wild. We have our first 7 customers. One of them is a Fortune 100 energy company.
Wow, all right. That's a real customer, Fortune 100. Anytime you can throw that around. Feedback, anything. What do they think? How are they using it? What has the product done for them?
Yeah, so one of our customers is a safety training provider, and they knew they needed to do something when they missed out on this big enterprise contract. It was a big deal for them. And then after working with us, when they talked to their next prospect, the entire conversation was around their new VR offering. And they landed that client, and they were able to charge more for their services because they delivered more value.
Okay, makes sense. Look, man, you're selling to SMBs at times. You're selling to businesses. How do you acquire customers? What's that process? Tell me about the sales hustle that you guys are going through.
So I learned sales by doing support. That was my first job in the startup world, and it's where I met my co-founders. And as a support rep, what I learned was you have to listen to customers before you try to help them, and you try to systemize processes whenever you can so you can do a better job the next time. So that's what we do at Transfer Thought. We treat sales like support. We are obsessed with customer success, and we try to learn from every interaction so we can do even better the next time.
So if I've learned anything in any of my history working with SMBs, myself selling, it's you got to be targeted. You got to focus on a customer base. Who are you selling to? What are their job titles? What's their role? What type of companies? How do you focus in on your sales strategy?
Yeah, so we're focused where we're needed most, which is the safety industry. We live in this weird time where you can learn almost anything online except the skills that don't take place behind a desk. So there's this huge gap in the e-learning market, and VR is filling it. So there's an amazing amount of opportunity here. And as I've talked to hundreds of safety professionals, I've kind of developed this contrarian attitude about competition that our biggest competitor today is no training.
Yeah, and I've seen that. But I've seen a ton of VR, AR companies sprout out of nowhere, right? How are you guys different from that competitive environment that's out there?
Yeah, so I'm a VR developer, so I knew the technical pain points. Started with that. It was the last mile. How do you deploy it? Get it out there. So the first thing we did was create one-click deployment to all devices. And that made it so we could deliver projects twice as fast. But what took it to the next level was we invited customers, subject matter experts, into the product development process, and we ran a challenge with them. We gave ourselves 30 days to build several different VR training modules. And when you're under that kind of time pressure, you have to make trade-offs. You have to decide what's really important. And coming out of that, we were able to deliver projects 10 times faster. So the end result was what used to take me, a VR developer, months to build. Now a subject matter expert can build it in days.
I love that simplicity, and I love what you're doing in general, right? It just makes a ton of... I was of the age where you stick me in front of an LMS or a PowerPoint presentation, and that was the ultimate training. But you guys are taking it to the next level, and I love that. But what's the future?
I have a lot I want to say about the future. That's my favorite thing to talk about, and I'm happy to talk with everybody about that. Let's talk future. But I'll keep it simple for now. Transfer thought is going to change the way people learn. So thank you, Imran. Thank you, Techstars Chicago.
Love it. Thank you.